My name is Anu. I am 8 years old. I should be attending school like my younger brother, Kadir. He has been attending school since he was 4 years old. He is now 6. How is that fair? I am 8. Shouldn't I be at school? No. I am a girl. I am to stay at home and help my mother, Nadi. How can she stand it? I want an education. One day I asked my dad if I could have one. He hit me. Now I am scared. Every night I fall asleep on the hard floor of our one-roomed home, if you can call it that. I have the same dream every night. Once again, it was my dream last night. I was living in a big house with a pool and beautiful clothes with stunning embroidery. I was on my way to school with all my school supplies and loads of friends. Each time I wake up in the same smelly place. I believe that someday I will get an education, but every day my hope is fading. I am praying for release into a world of fairness where I will have an education and freedom to play with my friends instead of being stuck at home working or begging on the streets.
One morning, I heard so many people crowded in the village gathering place. They were listening to a fancy-looking man. He started to say some things about money and profits. He said that poor families like us can borrow money from his institution. At that time, I didn't know what borrowing exactly meant. But later on, my sisters explained to me that the gentleman was from a microfinance institution. In other words, let me give you some money, come to me. Well, it wasn't exactly giving money because we had to give the same amount of money back to that person. Anyways, when we first got loans from that man, my father began to go around the village looking for a place to start a tailoring business. I heard my dad talking to my mom about the loans. He said that we borrowed 2,000 rupees from the institution. Wow, with 2,000 rupees, we can do anything. I wish my parents could afford the school supplies and school fees for me to have an education someday.
I was so amazed. Within about a year and 6 months after this strange man came to visit us, my parents were telling me I could go to school. I was stunned. I could not believe this was happening to me. It was my dream. My dad had managed to set up his tailoring business in the city, not far from our village. He was earning so much more than before. My mom was telling me that she was going to send me and Bina, my 9-year-old sister, to school, but not my older sisters. My dad said he had managed to pay back the man in the suit and that he had some profit left. I'd never heard of profit before, but I soon found out that it meant Dad had enough money. I asked my parents why my older sisters, Nadine and Jasminder, were not going to school. My mom said that they were going to get married and have loads of little boys. I asked why they did not want any girls. That was a bad idea. I got hit and they told that girls just made you spend money and they were useless, and that boys helped earn money. I was confused, but I was going to school.
My parents told me to help organize my sister's weddings. I refused. I told my parents that by marrying my sisters off, they were just losing their money by paying a dowry. Finally, my parents understood that marrying off a daughter young was a bad idea. It took even longer, though, to make my parents understand that it is important to educate all children, whether they are girls or boys. In the end, all 5 of us got a proper education, and after my education, I got a scholarship.
At that time, I was planning to become a newscaster, so I applied for a vocational training in the suburb, where I could learn English speaking skills, presentation skills, and computer usage skills. I learned that education is the key to everything, and now we have all become empowered and employed well.
Now I am 28 years old, and I'm ready to broadcast the latest news. I never knew I would be able to reach this far. My dreams have become partly true. I now live in an apartment with my whole family. Every single person in my family is a lot happier now and a lot more successful. I know that it is hard to get out of poverty, but I am proud of the progress my family has made, this through microfinancing and education.